Good evening and welcome to Sunset News this Sunday evening. As always, we bring you news, community stories, economics, weather and sports. I am Diana Master. Let's get into the news making headlines tonight. Government is still looking for funds before it commences work on the much-anticipated Northern Referral Hospital, which once is complete is intended to alleviate pressure of the Katutura Intermediate State Hospital. Health Minister Dr. Kalumbi Shangula said the hospital project was still in the pipeline, but it was not started because government is looking for funds for the project. Government was looking at a variety of options to fund the project, including sourcing private capital as a means to complete the project, Shangula said. Once complete, it is intended to serve patients who would otherwise have been referred to the Windhoek Central Hospital or Katutura Intermediate Hospital from Oshana, Oangwena, Omusati, Oshikoto, Kavango East, Kavango West, Kunene, and Zambezi regions for emergencies. The new hospital would also serve as a training facility and would be used for research purposes. Getting into our next story, patients at the psychiatric ward of Oshakati Intermediate Hospital in the Oshana region are cohabiting with lice. Ruben Kanime, the medical superintendent of Oshakati Intermediate Hospital, has confirmed the ward has a total number of 140 beds, but is now overcrowded with 97 men and 62 women currently staying there. I can confirm that this is true. There are lice, especially in the male ward. These patients are unique and some are aggressive and throw food and drinks around and on their beddings and the floors, Kanime was quoted as saying. He added that the ward was inspected by an environmental health inspector who discovered that the ward was infested with lice and that the issue will be attended to while cleaners are trying their best to keep the wards clean. Kanime also confirmed that it is not the first time they are discovering lice in the wards. President Hage Geingob, during an Africa Union Day celebratory speech, said that only when guns are silent can Africa achieve and reach its full potential. The mandate of the African Union is transformational. However, there have been democratic reversals with the rise in coups and unconstitutional forms of government, he said in his statement. Geingob highlighted the formation of the African Continental Free Trade Area, which came into effect in 2019, presents considerable opportunities for accelerating intra-African trade, using trade more effectively to transform the continent into a global powerhouse and realizing Agenda 2063, the Africa we want. In addition, Geingob affirmed Namibia's unwavering commitment to the African Union and reiterated the country's mission to promote peace, security, and development on the continent. Africa Union Day is celebrated annually on the 9th of September. Bringing us to the end of our top stories, the Momentum Ladies Breakfast hosted by Momentum took place on Saturday with speakers sharing their pain, joy and success and the road to get there. The message from all the strong women who shared the stage was that all you need to do is take one step and then the next. Yolanda Nell was there.
Now for me, if I look at mentorship and I think how well-known mentorship is, that a lot more people would be involved in mentoring somebody or being mentored. And I think if you look at the impactful change that mentorship can do, that every single one of us should be involved in mentoring somebody or being mentored. And for the next generation, can you imagine what that impact would have on our society, on job creation, and on...
I need to adapt, endure the experience and bear something difficult. To bear something difficult, painful or unpleasant, suffering makes us resilient. We need to endure. It's that just hold the line. Hold the line, you will go there. Move forward, making some progress, maintaining your pace, and just keep pedaling. It's like Karina said, you know, it's the same. Keep pedaling. One foot after the other, your bicycle need to move. You just need to hold your pace. You need to move. Just make progress. In life the same. We needed to move. I decided to move forward, not moving on.
When she came up here, she said, I don't have a profile, I don't know who I am, and I just want to publicly acknowledge you on the great success and the great work that you are doing. And you've been giving so many hugs to so many people over the past couple of years. And today, I want to give you a special hug.
Nice to meet you. I want to say something. Does that mean I have a profile now?
How do I get from where I am now to where I need to be? Like, what should happen? Is there a plan? Is there a path? How do you do it? And for those of you that know me, know that God is the center of my world. And God said to me, in addition to very many other things we have to do, practice, train, etc., He said to me, speak. And I said, okay, speak? What does that mean? And I started doing some reading and thinking, and I came across the Greek word called vocare, V-O-C-A-R-E, and it means to call something, to invoke.
19 women from around the world, and I was scared. I was terrified. Because firstly, I don't look like a mountaineer. I don't know what a mountaineer should look like, but from all the doubters, it clearly wasn't me. And then the doubters would say this: have you been to Brandberg? No. Have you hiked the Fish River? No, my sister. I haven't been. And you're going to Kilimanjaro? Us, we are going. And here's the funny thing. Everybody who's been to Kilimanjaro told me that I could do it. Those who hadn't been had the greatest amount of fear for me. And I called some of the doubters afterwards, but I didn't call them in my head. And I said, okay, now I'm ready for Brandberg.
Somebody sent me a message. She said, Sarah, figure out why you were spared, and that will inform your next steps. You know, why you? It's not happening to you, it's happening for you. Get obsessed with how you can use those learnings to create a better you with the next step.
That brings us to the end of our top stories. Now, after the break, the City of Windhoek hosted a fundraising gala dinner on Friday night, and the mayor implored individuals to contribute to the Windhoek Residents Mayoral Trust. More on this in our Story of the Day segment. And now getting into our story of the day. City of Windhoek Mayor Joseph Wapingene has urged individuals and organizations to contribute towards the Windhoek Residents Mayoral Trust. He said this during a fundraising gala dinner held on Friday night. Established in 2022, the Trust's primary objective is to provide assistance to vulnerable residents and social welfare cases, relying heavily on individual and corporate donations, as well as fundraising activities to achieve these goals. Let's have a look.
The City of Windhoek Trust has achieved significant milestones, touching the lives of countless individuals and families. Yet, our work is far from over. The challenges we face are complex and multifaced, but so is our determination to overcome them. We see a city that continues to thrive, innovate, and adapt to the ever-changing landscape of our world and increasingly sophisticated needs of our residents. We envision a Windhoek where every resident has access to quality education, healthcare, and economic opportunities. For example, we dream of a city that remains at the forefront of the sustainable urban development. Nevertheless, to achieve these dreams, we must recognize the power of collaboration and smart partnerships. Our achievements thus far demonstrate that we can accomplish when we work together. Tonight, I call upon all you to explore new ways to join hands with the City of Windhoek Trust. Let us strengthen our existing partnership and invite others to join us on this incredible journey. By pooling our resources, expertise, and compassion for humanity, we can make tangible difference in the lives of our other fellow citizens.
Moving on to community news, we update you on the Orange Art and Rhinos Festival, which kicked off with a bang on Saturday. Stick around, we'll get into the full story after the break.
Welcome to My.NA Cars, your ultimate destination for everything automotive.
I am your host, Diana Master.
Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Discover the latest models, innovative technologies, and expert insights from our passionate hosts. Learn essential maintenance tips and get exclusive behind-the-scenes access to the automotive industry. Don't miss my .NA Cars on NTV every Thursday at 2100 hours. Tune in and ignite your passion for automobiles.
In our Community Talk segment this evening, the Orange Art and Rhinos Festival kicked off with a bang on Saturday night at the City of Windhoek's headquarters upper parking lot, drawing a spirited crowd of music enthusiasts. The festival's inaugural day featured electrifying performances from a diverse lineup of artists. Jemima Debele reports.
In a spectacular kickoff today, the two-day Orange Art and Rhino Festival drew an enthusiastic crowd to the City of Windhoek headquarters upper parking lot. Attendees were treated to a mesmerizing lineup of entertainment headlined by the renowned South African entertainer Mask Music. The event not only offered a thrilling musical experience but also featured exhibitor stands where attendees could savor delicious food and drinks while exploring their creative sides. A highlight of the festival was the opportunity for guests to get tattoos, adding a unique and artistic dimension to this already vibrant gathering.
In economic news, while bush encroachment is an environmental challenge, it creates enormous opportunities for wealth and job creation for people. The full story coming up after the break as we head into economic news.
Hello and welcome to today's Sports Rep Show.
I am your host, Jesse Jackson Kauraifa. In replay, Namibia, who had won the toss for the first time on this tour.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, starting off with tennis news, both on the WTA for women's and
Let's get right into our economic news. While bush encroachment is an environmental challenge, it also creates enormous opportunities for wealth and job creation for people. A total of 45 million hectares of Namibia that is bush encroached could generate a massive 1.5 billion tons of biomass, for which 30% could be harvested sustainably. To date, nearly 2 million tons of biomass are harvested every year, translating into thousands of job opportunities for the youth. This is according to Tourism Minister Pohamba Shifeta, whose speech was read on his behalf at the Biomass Fair held last week at Grossbarmen. The theme for this year's Biomass Fair is Igniting the Growth of the Biomass Sector in Namibia. Shifeta said that this theme is appropriately crafted to underscore the enormous opportunities that exist in the biomass sector for economic growth. Now let's take a look at the financial indicators. $23 Namibian dollars and 79 cents buys you 1 British pound. Namibian dollar trades at 20.46 to the euro, 19.13 to the US dollar, and 2 Namibian dollars and 60 cents buys you 1 Chinese yuan. Looking at commodities, all commodities are down save for Brent crude oil, which took an upturn of 0.73%, now trading at $90.81 per barrel. In international news, after the break, Russia's Luna 25 spacecraft has crashed into the moon after spinning out of control. Stick around for the full details.
Neopaints has established a 67-year Namibian legacy, creating personalized paint solutions that blend quality and innovation for the Namibian people. We pride ourselves in being a 100% Namibian-owned company, investing in our country and our people by employing and empowering true Namibians. With every brushstroke, Neopaints commits to our quality guarantee and always delivering a coat of excellence. At Neopaints, we always stay true to our country. We are as Namibian as you.
We start off our international news on a rather sad note. More than 2,000 people have died in Morocco's deadliest earthquake in more than 60 years. The death toll from a powerful earthquake that hit Morocco's Atlas Mountains region late on Friday has risen to 2,012. The magnitude 6.8 earthquake struck at about 11:11 p.m. at a depth of nearly 26 kilometers, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. The depth was initially reported at about 18 kilometers. Authorities have declared 3 days of national mourning, with many left homeless following the country's deadliest earthquake in more than 60 years. The earthquake's epicenter was located in Al Haouz province in the high Atlas of the mountains, an area usually not associated with earthquakes, about 75 kilometers from Marrakesh, Morocco's fourth largest city. Marrakesh's Old Town, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is reported to have been badly affected, with images emerging of collapsed buildings. Stick around, we get into the weather predictions right after this.
We are so excited to be kickstarting your morning with entertainment. Everything was happening during this past weekend.
Yes.
Exciting news.
Wow, no, she was killing it already.
In my opinion, I don't see anything wrong with him serving the full term.
As well as keeping you informed on the issues that you need to know happening in and around our country.
Now let's take a look at the weather predictions. Ruacana can expect maximum temperatures of 35 degrees Celsius and minimum temperatures of 16 degrees Celsius. Windhoek can expect clear weather conditions at 24 degrees Celsius maximum and 9 degrees Celsius minimum temperatures. Swakopmund can expect maximum temperatures of 16 degrees Celsius and minimum temperatures of 12 degrees Celsius. Ariamsplay can expect some cold-ish weather with minimum temperatures at 6 degrees Celsius and maximum temperatures predicted to be at 14 degrees Celsius. After the break, we get into our sports news, and tonight we have something exciting. Stay tuned.
Welcome to What's Cooking, where culinary passion meets expert insights.
Somebody must really want to cook and want to cook good food.
Immerse yourself in the bustling world of professional kitchens as top chefs create mouth-watering dishes. Join us for in-depth interviews as our host explores the experiences and expertise of our guest chefs. Don't miss out. Tune in to What's Cooking on NTV every Friday at 2100 hours and let the culinary adventure begin.
You're still watching Sunset News. Now we get into the sports segment. Ari Hochad is currently in Paris where the Rugby World Cup kicked off on Friday, and here he is to give us an update, and thereafter we'll have a look at the highlights from today's broadcast.
Dan is dit eerste wedstryd 2023 Wêreldbeker. Hier ons so ure wat gehad om ons 'n bietjie meer te dink oor die wedstryd al. Sommer net gedagtes.
Ja, ek dink Ari die besef van toets rugby het weer eens deurgeskemer by my. Jy weet die sagte oomblikke in die wedstryd kan jou hart tref, jy weet, en as jy nou kyk hoe ons in die eerste helfte eintlik baie goed gedoen het. Die geel kaart uiteindelik was 'n 14 punt ommeswaai, jy weet, waar ons het 3 punte gehad en hulle na die geel kaart 14 gaan hulle 14 punte op, jy weet. So dis nou daai een oomblikke waar dissipline jou eintlik kos. Maar ons ingang tot rustyd, ek dink dit was so 17-8 voor. En op daai stadium het ek gevoel, yes, ons doen baie goed, jy weet, onder groot druk. Hulle het ons onder druk geplaas met hulle goeie skramwerk en ook hulle lynstaan drywe. So as jy met jou eerste fase besit 'n bietjie sukkel en twyfel. En wat vir my 'n bietjie teleurstellend was is dat jy dan nie onder druk is, moet die geloof nooit in die plan jou laat ander goed doen wat jy nie geoefen het. So ons so 1 of 2 keer daarmee gesukkel. Ek dink dis my boodskap in die span. Jy weet, moenie ewe skielik nou ander goed doen wat ons regtig waar nog nie oor gepraat en geoefen het nie. En dis vir my belangrik om nou daai geloof, die belief in die plan weer terug te kry in die spelers en ek dink hulle sal besef dat toets rugby teer een land is nogal die pas is vinniger, die intensiteit is hoër, die collision is groter, jy weet. So ou kon dit ook sien hoe die kondisionering in die laaste 10-15 minute ons 'n bietjie in die steek laat, waar ek dink hulle dis maar teer een land in vergelyking met ons, jy weet, net 'n kop en skouers beter is in terme van die kondisionering. In die laaste 8 minute, 10 minute, 3-3, jy weet, en daar die telling heeltemal uit verband het geskiet.
Die vaste fasette, partykeer is dit in 'n wedstryd het jy maar net 'n oppositie of opponerende stit wat op die dag miskien die oorhand kry. As jy gegee dat volgende wedstryde dit ook gebeur nie.
Yes.
Is dit daar's kort tye tussen wedstryde nou, die vaste fasette en die scrums, maar dit is 'n uitdaging. Mens kan nie baie strafskoppe by scrums afstaan nie, dan plaas dit mens onder druk. Is iets wat mens na kort tyd daarin kan doen dalk?
Dan is dit baie kort tyd tot die volgende wedstryd, maar ons fokus dis een van die fokuspunte, die scrumwerk. Die tweede ene sal ons kyk hoe ons beter kan doen om ons dryfmaal verdediging. Ons sal die drywe beter moet stop. Kyk, soos ek sê, baie positiewe punte. Ons gaan nou maar reset, jy weet, en van oor af begin en ek is seker die spelers is teleurgestel. Hulle is regtig waar teleurgestel. Maar ek wil al die positiewe goed uitwys hoe goed hulle was in die eerste helfte. En ek meen jy hoor altyd by die opponente, hulle afrigtingspan, hulle kaptein en ek ken 'n paar van die Italianers dat hulle eintlik regte waar getoets. Daai eerste helfte was hulle bietjie senuweeagtig. En hulle dink ek was een van hulle beste skramvertonings gewees vandag teen ons. En ook in terme van hulle dryfmaalbeweging. So hulle definitief in die tweede helfte het hulle gevoel daar is druk wat toegepas word en hulle die wurggreep breek, jy weet. Want baie keer as jy nou kyk na die huidige telling van Roemenië en Ierland, jy weet, dis al in die 80s, jy weet. So dis hoe die teer een lande is ongelooflik goed saamgedra. Hulle speel 12-10 toetse jaar. Hulle seker 12-10 toetse wat nou weer in 3 jaar speel of oor 4 jaar speel. So hulle is regtig waar jy weet op 'n ander vlak, maar soos ek sê, ons gaan groei en leer en jy weet na elke toets. Hooplik kom ons met daai groot poging weer volgende week in die All Blacks, jy weet.
Absoluut, en dit bly voorreg om teen hulle te speel.
Ja, absoluut. Dit gaan as goeie vooruitsigte vir ons. Ek dink die spelers sien uit daarna om weer teen een van die beste rugby wêreld lande te speel. En ek is oortuig ons kan net verbeter.
Ja. Dankie vir jou tyd en die beste.
Groot plesier, dankie vir die ondersteuning.
Stick around after the break. We bring you the highlights from today's broadcast, just in case you need a quick recap.
eTicket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nhh.com.na.
You're still watching Sunset News. If you're just joining us, here are the news highlights. Government is still looking for funds before it commences work on the much-anticipated Northern Referral Hospital, which once complete is intended to alleviate pressure off the Katutura Intermediate State Hospital. Patients at the psychiatric ward of Oshakati Intermediate Hospital in Oshana region are currently cohabiting with lice. And the City of Windhoek Mayor Joseph Wapingene has urged individuals and organizations to contribute towards the Windhoek Residents Mayoral Trust. He said this during a fundraising gala dinner held on Friday night. And with that, we have come to the end of the broadcast. Make sure you join Sunset News on Facebook and all the NMH platforms on weekdays and Sundays, as well as on our website, oneup2.com. Sunset News screens on DSTV channel 285 and GoTV channel 25 every weekday and on Sundays from 7:30 to 8 p.m. I am Diana Master, and this has been Sunset News. Don't end your day without us.